Get right over to the Weather Center now, checking in with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. How's it going, Dan?
Hey guys, we do have a weather system on the way tomorrow. Still some light winds around the bay tonight, though. We're keeping an eye on air quality and the smoke from the plant there. At the moment, no major smoke plume or anything that's detectable anyway, but obviously there's probably some smoke around the Moss Landing area. So as we take a live look from Domenico's, things pretty quiet around the bay in Monterey at the moment, and we have an increase in clouds late tonight as this weather system moves in from the west. Mixed level clouds, might see a little bit of low cloud cover, but this is mostly high cloud cover. There'll be some gaps tonight, but at the moment radar is still pretty quiet. There's just some false returns out there. That's about it. Today's temperatures were pretty warm. We got up to 69 today in Hollister, almost 70 degrees, and even Salinas coming in at around 68. So we had some warmth out there tonight. We're in the 40s to low 50s. It's seasonable, not too cold necessarily, and we're not going to see too much of a drop in those temperatures overnight as those clouds kind of hang around for us. So I think most cities around the bay will stay in the mid 40s for the most part, and for the most part also expecting dry conditions overnight. I suppose a few sprinkles can be ruled out, but for the most part I think we're going to be dry as we head through the overnight hours. But here's how it plays out on future track. We do have some precipitation on the way, and as we go through the overnight hours, I know the model is showing this big green blob coming through around 3 a.m., but I think it's just picking up on some mid-level moistures. I don't really expect any rain to be falling then, I guess. And some of the clouds, there might be a couple of sprinkles, but that's about it with this initial wave of clouds. We'll get some brief clearing, it looks like, around dawn tomorrow before the actual cold frontal boundary comes in. And with this, we'll have some low cloud cover, might even be a little bit of fog, and some patchy light showers possible around the bay. This is mostly going to be very light precipitation, but it may be enough for a few wet spots on the roadways. You might have to swish the windshield wipers once or twice. Widespread issues not expected, but isolated issues certainly possible on that lunch drive tomorrow. Otherwise, light winds, not really a windy cold front. In fact, it kind of washes out as it gets here, and by the time we get to 3 p.m. tomorrow, we're already seeing the clouds break up, and then into the evening, even less cloud cover and some drier air sneaking in from the north. That wind coming in from the north, by the way, will get a little bit gusty as we head into the day Thursday, but tomorrow winds aren't expected to be all that interesting outside of some valley breezes. As we look at our future precip, notice it is showing a few hundredths of an inch here or there around the bay with this system tomorrow, but I mean, barely any precipitation expected. Not going to be a big deal. And in fact, looking at the long-term models, not seeing a lot of rain in the next week or two. Temperatures tomorrow, 60s Santa Cruz, Capitola, Santa Cruz Mountain Valleys, 50s up in the hills, 40s overnight expected for your lows. On over to the east shore of the bay, we'll see highs in the low to mid 60s, northern valleys low to mid 60s as well. Perhaps as warm as around 65 in Hollister. Lows for the most part in the 40s overnight with all of the cloud cover we have. As we look at our forecast around the peninsula, we're expecting those highs to be in the upper 50s to low 60s tomorrow. And then down south, we will see those highs expected to be mostly in the 60s because you really won't get the cold front. So may even get into the upper 60s in southern Monterey County. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast now. We're going to break it down for you over the next 7 days. And you'll see a little bit of wind as we head into Thursday, but then after that, it's all sunshine, puppy dogs, and ice cream cones. As we head through the weekend, highs will be above normal. Conditions will be dry. Winds will be fairly light. So, you know, it's postcard weather. This is the time of year where you tell all those people that live in the cold climates how wonderful it is to come to California. Tell them to come visit you out here on the Central Coast. It's a good time to visit. It's not a lot of folks around here, you know. You can go to some local businesses, buy some knickknacks. How about a t-shirt that says Santa Cruz or Monterey? Maybe a sweatshirt, you know, you want to dress in layers, something like that. Look at those 70s inland. Goodness gracious, as we head into the weekend. Tomorrow, again, a little bit of light precip, not a big deal. We're back after this. Stay with us.